right, so today we're going to be tackling how to figure out like what business to start.
Especially if you're,
Because you're broke.
yeah, broke and lost.
Yeah.
That's a tough spot to be in.
It is. And so we've got some awesome material from Alex Hormozi to unpack here, and I think it's going to be super valuable for our listeners.
I'm excited. What's fascinating to me is that like almost everyone I talk to has some sort of entrepreneurial spark in them. You know, they're thinking about ideas, but they get stuck there.
Yeah, they never move forward.
And so I'm hoping this deep dive can give people some actionable steps
Yeah, absolutely.
to go from like,
Yeah.
I have an idea to I'm doing something.
Yeah, making money.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hormozi has this like super practical framework, and he calls it the 3 Ps:
Okay.
pain, profession, and passion.
I like it.
And he argues that like almost every successful business comes from one of these 3 areas.
It's brilliant in its simplicity, right? Like it's using what you already know.
Yeah.
So like, think about it. Like, have you ever been like, man, I wish there was a service that did this, or if only someone could solve this problem?
Yeah.
You might be sitting on a business idea.
Yeah, and not even know it.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly.
He tells this hilarious story about this friend of his with 9 kids.
Oh, wow.
9 kids.
Yeah, that's a lot of lunches.
It is a lot of lunches, right?
Yeah.
Packing lunches was like a nightmare for her.
Yeah,
But she got so good at it, she like optimized it so well
right.
that Hormozi was like, dude, you should turn this into a business.
Yeah.
You know, help other overwhelmed parents like conquer lunchtime.
What I love about that story is how relatable it is, right? Like we all have these pain points,
Yeah.
like the chaotic morning,
Yeah.
or my closet's a mess, or I don't know how to stay on top of finances.
Yeah.
Like all those are like little seeds for business ideas.
Yeah, exactly.
That could be huge.
Right, and it doesn't even have to be this big universal problem either.
Yeah.
Like, you know, Hormozi also talks about your profession, you know, like what you do for work.
Okay.
Can be a gold mine.
Right.
He gives this example of a registered dietitian
Mm-hmm.
who, you know, because she only had 1 day a week for her own clients. She got really good at navigating insurance billing,
Oh, interesting.
and she turned that into $1 million business,
Wow.
teaching other dietitians how to do the same thing.
See, that's the thing. You don't need to have a massive audience to be successful.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just solving a problem for a small group of people.
Yeah, that's the most lucrative.
Yeah.
And then, of course, there's the passion angle, right? Like
Yeah.
the things you genuinely love, the stuff you could talk about for hours.
Mm-hmm.
And Hormozi himself is a great example of this,
Hmm.
right? His passion for fitness is what led him to build this incredible career.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So,
So you've identified the pain point or the professional skill or the passion.
yeah.
That's like your entrepreneurial spark. But now the question is, who are you going to help?
Yeah. Who are you going to serve?
Yeah.
And he's got this really cool way of breaking this down.
Okay.
He calls it like the, you know, people like you, people you've helped before, and underserved markets approach.
I like it.
And what's really neat is that he actually started his own entrepreneurial journey with the people like you strategy.
And that all started at a pizza parlor.
I know, right?
This woman came up to him at a pizza parlor and was asking for diet advice.
Yeah.
And he was just like kind of listening to her, gave her some simple advice. And she handed him a $100 check at the end.
I know, right?
Isn't that wild?
Talk about turning a casual conversation into a business opportunity.
I know, but it's so true. Like people are drawn to authenticity.
Yeah.
When you've walked in their shoes, you understand their struggles.
Yeah.
They trust you more.
Yeah, you have credibility.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
turning your experience, your challenges, your triumphs
Mm.
into a solution for others
Yeah.
who are in a similar situation.
So let's say we've nailed down the what and the who.
Right. Okay.
You know, like we know what we're going to do. We know who we're going to serve.
Mm,
Now, how do we actually reach those people?
yeah.
How do we craft that message that's going to make them say, wait a minute, this is for me?
This is where Hormozi's concept of the call out comes in.
Okay.
It's like shining a light on your ideal customer and making them feel seen.
Okay. But how do we actually do that?
He recommends painting a very detailed picture of your ideal customer,
Mm-hmm.
and he uses 5 key frames:
Okay.
age, gender, profession,
Mm-hmm.
the problems or pain points they're facing, and their interests or passions.
So it's kind of like we're creating a character in a novel.
Exactly. The more vivid details,
Yeah.
the more it will resonate.
So, for example, you could target like stressed out, time crunched parents
Right.
who want to cook healthy meals but can never find the time.
Exactly. Or aspiring entrepreneurs who are terrified of public speaking, but know they need to get over that fear
Yeah.
if they want to grow.
But here's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, what if you narrow your niche down too much? Won't that limit your earning potential?
That's a common fear.
Yeah.
But actually, the more specialized you become, the more you can charge
Oh, interesting.
because you're solving a problem for a very specific group
Okay.
that fewer people can address.
So it's like instead of being like a general life coach,
Yeah.
you become the go-to expert for like, I don't know, helping introverted artists overcome creative blocks or something like that.
Yes, you become indispensable to that group of people,
Yeah.
which increases your value.
You can command a premium price.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Think about it. Would you rather be a small fish in a big pond or a big fish in a small pond?
Right.
When you're specialized, you're the big fish.
Yeah. You stand out. You're the authority.
Exactly.
All right. So we've got our what, we've got our who,
Mm-hmm.
and we're starting to understand how to craft a message that's going to resonate with them.
Yep.
But how do we figure out like what we're actually offering?
Yeah.
How do we determine the how?
That's where it gets fun. Hormozy breaks down the how into two components, the upside and the downside.
Okay, that sounds kind of interesting. Tell me more.
So the upside is all about the benefits
Okay.
your customer will experience by using your product or service.
Mm-hmm.
So think about what does their life look like after they've used your solution?
So like it's painting a picture of a brighter future,
Exactly.
highlighting all the good things that are going to come their way.
Yes. And then the downside
Okay.
is all about what your offer helps them avoid.
Okay.
What pain points, what risks or sacrifices will they be able to eliminate by using your solution?
So it's kind of like positioning your offering as a shield
Exactly.
to protect them from all those like undesirable outcomes.
Exactly.
It's like choose my product and you won't have to experience this.
Exactly. And it's not just about what they don't have to do, but it's also about what they get to keep doing.
Ooh, I like that. Yeah. Can you give me an example?
Yeah, so let's say you're helping people declutter their homes. So yeah, you're highlighting the benefits of a tidy space, but you're also highlighting how your system allows them to keep their sentimental items
Yeah.
without feeling overwhelmed by clutter.
Okay, I love that.
Yeah.
So it addresses that fear right away.
Yeah.
But here's the big question.
Yeah.
How do we figure out all this information about our customer?
That's where it gets simple and old school.
Okay.
Ask them.
You mean just like talk to them?
Yeah, just have a conversation.
Like actually have conversations
Customer interviews
with real people?
are like the best way.
Okay, but like what kind of questions should I ask?
So really dig deep into their pain points.
Mm-hmm.
Have them describe what it feels like when things aren't going well.
Yeah.
What have they tried? What worked? What didn't work?
Okay.
And then flip it. What would it feel like if this problem was solved?
I like that.
Yeah.
So we're really emphasizing empathy and understanding here.
Exactly.
It's not just about gathering data. It's about connecting with them on an emotional level. All right, so let's recap for a second.
Okay.
We've identified our what.
Yep.
We've identified our who.
Mm-hmm.
And we even figured out how to call out to them
Yeah.
to make them say, hey, that's me.
That's me.
We've even started to explore the upside,
Yeah.
the downside of our offer.
Yeah.
But now how do we put all this together
Yep.
into a concise, compelling business pitch?
That's where the OSIM money Mad Lib comes in.
Okay, this sounds good.
And this is pure gold.
Okay.
It's a simple formula that you can use to distill everything you've learned into a one-sentence pitch.
Okay, give it to me.
It goes like this. I help who get good stuff without bad stuff.
It's like those Mad Libs we did as kids.
It is.
But instead of silly words, we're filling it in with like the core elements of our business.
Exactly.
Okay, let's play around with some examples.
Okay.
Like, remember that dietitian
Mm-hmm.
who helped with insurance billing? Her Mad Lib could be, I help registered dietitians build thriving private practices without getting bogged down by insurance paperwork.
Perfect.
Right.
Clear, specific,
Yeah.
highlights the outcomes and the pain points.
What about the lunch-making mom with 9 kids?
Oh, yeah. Hers could be. I help overwhelmed moms create stress-free lunch routines that their kids will actually love without spending hours in the kitchen every day.
I love it.
Right.
I can already see the testimonials pouring in.
Me too.
All right, so we've got our snappy one-sentence pitch.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's next?
Well, to really stand out from the crowd, you got to add a unique mechanism.
A unique mechanism.
Yeah.
Tell me more.
It's that special sauce that makes your solution different,
Okay.
even if others are serving the same target market.
Mm-hmm.
So anyone can offer weight loss coaching, right?
Yeah.
But what makes your approach unique? So it's not just finding a niche, it's having a specific method,
Okay.
a process.
So think P90X with muscle confusion.
Exactly. Weight Watchers with their point system.
Yeah.
These are all unique mechanisms that make those programs memorable.
Okay, so they've taken this common goal, like weight loss, and given it this distinct framework.
Exactly.
So how do you actually develop your own unique mechanism?
So Hormozy suggests two main approaches. One is to create a checklist
Okay.
of essential elements that must be included for success.
Okay.
Or you can design a sequence of steps
Mm-hmm.
that must be followed in a specific order.
So it's like a roadmap.
Yeah, a systematized approach.
Yeah, that guides your customer to the desired outcome.
Yeah, and naming your unique mechanism can be powerful too.
Oh, yeah. Give a catchy name.
Yeah,
That makes it proprietary.
exactly.
So like the 3-step transformation system or something.
The ultimate productivity blueprint.
Okay, I like it.
Yeah.
But let's get down to brass tacks here.
Okay.
Once you have all this figured out,
Mm-hmm.
you've got the what, you've got the who, you've got the how, you've even got your unique mechanism. How do you actually get your first few customers?
This is where Hormozy gives us a simple outreach system.
Okay, I'm all ears.
It has 4 steps,
Okay,
and it boils down to reaching out to people directly.
okay,
First, you start with a friendly greeting,
okay.
like hello or hey there.
Yeah,
Then you give a specific compliment,
okay,
something genuine that shows you've actually taken the time to learn about them.
okay.
Then step 3
Yeah.
is you deliver your business pitch using that killer Mad Lib.
Yeah.
And then step 4,
Okay.
you end with a referral. Ask.
Okay.
Like, do you know anyone else who might benefit from this?
I love how straightforward and approachable this is.
I know, right?
It's not pushy, it's not salesy.
No.
It's about making genuine connections
Yes.
and offering value.
And he recommends dedicating just 4 hours a day or 100 outreach attempts.
It's all about consistency.
Consistency is key.
It's so easy to get caught up in planning and strategizing,
Yes.
but ultimately it's about taking action.
Action drives results.
Exactly.
That's how you get things done. You got to put in the work
Yeah.
to see the reward.
Okay, so before we wrap up this deep dive, I want to bring up something that Hormozy talks about that really resonated with me. He says sometimes the biggest obstacle to starting a business isn't finding like the perfect idea.
Right.
It's believing that you have something valuable to offer in the first place.
Oh, that's so true. It's that self-doubt,
Yeah.
that can really kill you before you even get started.
It's like, oh, someone's already doing this, or my idea is not unique enough.
Yeah.
But those are just thoughts.
Yeah. Those aren't facts.
Like, what if that voice in your head is the biggest thing holding you back?
And think back to the 3 Ps.
Yeah.
Pain, profession, passion.
Mm-hmm.
Those aren't just like starting points for business ideas.
Right.
Those are sources of valuable insights and knowledge that you've accumulated.
Yeah, you've overcome challenges, you've developed expertise,
Mm-hmm.
you've cultivated passions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and other people might be desperately searching for that.
Exactly. And they're willing to pay for it.
Yeah, it reminds me of that saying, you are exactly where you need to be.
Yeah.
Maybe the perfect business idea isn't about inventing something totally new,
Right.
but sharing the wisdom that you've already gained.
Mm-hmm. Like repackaging it.
Yeah.
Reframing it.
And your unique perspective is valuable,
Yeah.
even if it doesn't feel groundbreaking.
Totally.
There's someone out there
Mm-hmm.
who needs exactly what you have to offer.
Yes.
So let's do a quick recap.
Okay.
You start with the 3 Ps.
Yep. Pain, profession, passion.
Then you define your who.
Mm-hmm.
Who's your ideal customer?
Your ideal client.
And remember, the people like you approach
Yeah.
can be a really powerful starting point.
Absolutely.
Next, you craft that compelling call out.
Yeah.
Right.
Speak directly to your target audience.
You paint that vivid picture.
Yes. Using those 5 frames.
Then you figure out the how.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The upside and the downside.
What benefits will they experience?
Yeah. What pain points will they avoid?
And don't forget,
Yeah.
the best way to get this information
Talk to people.
is to talk to your target audience.
Yes. Customer interviews.
Customer interviews are your secret weapon.
That's how you get the real insights.
Once you have all that audience,
Mhm.
you can create that one-sentence business pitch.
Yeah.
Using Hormozy's OSIM Money Mad Lib formula,
Which is high
get good stuff.
without, and for extra credit,
Yes,
develop that unique mechanism,
that special sauce.
that special sauce that makes your approach stand out.
Absolutely.
And finally,
Yes.
action is everything.
Act.
Use that 4-step outreach process
Yeah.
to connect with potential customers
Get out there and talk to people.
and get your business off the ground.
Exactly.
We've covered a lot of ground today,
We have.
but we wanted to give you, our awesome listener,
Yes.
even more.
Bonus material.
Hormozy dives deeper into a couple of areas.
Ooh, I like this. That we thought were worth exploring further.
I'm excited.
One concept that really stood out to me was this idea of gaining leverage.
Okay.
Like, how do you maximize your impact without bringing yourself out.
Yeah. We all need more leverage.
And he talks about these leverage stacks.
Leverage stacks.
Yeah, combining different types of leverage
Okay.
to amplify your efforts.
So it's like using a system of pulleys to lift something heavy.
Exactly.
Right. You can achieve more with less effort.
Yeah, and he breaks down different types of leverage,
Okay.
including capital leverage,
Yeah.
labor leverage, code leverage,
Wow.
and media leverage.
Those are some broad categories.
I know, right?
Mm.
It makes me wonder how those different types of leverage
Yeah.
might play out
Yeah.
in various business models.
Yeah, for sure.
And he gives some really interesting examples of how entrepreneurs are using these levers to their advantage.
Okay.
But that's not all.
There's more.
He also delves into this fascinating concept called the value equation,
Value equation. That sounds important.
right? Because at the end of the day, your business can only thrive if you're offering something that people truly value.
Yeah.
And he breaks this value equation down into 4 key elements:
Okay.
perceived value, ease of use guarantee,
Mm-hmm.
and speed.
So it's not just about offering something that's valuable, but making sure that that value is clear
Yeah.
to the customer.
And that the experience of obtaining that value is easy.
Yes, and enjoyable.
It's amazing how psychological triggers can influence our decisions.
It's true.
You know, I'm sure we've all
No, yeah.
been tempted to buy
Over
things
time.
but we don't really need,
Just because of how it was presented.
just because the offer felt irresistible.
Yes.
And Hormozy breaks down the science behind it all.
Oh, I can't wait to learn more about this value equation.
Me too. I think our listeners are going to find this really valuable as well.
So how can our listeners access this bonus material?
We've got you covered.
Awesome.
You'll find a link to the bonus content in the show notes. Consider it your level up guide
I like it.
for applying these concepts.
Awesome.
And speaking of leveling up, I think it's worth highlighting one more thing that Hormozy emphasizes: the power of mindset,
Oh, mindset is everything.
especially when it comes to entrepreneurship.
Yes, it can make or break you.
You can have all the right ideas, all the
Uh-huh.
right strategies,
Yeah.
but without the right mindset, you'll never see them through.
It's like having a Ferrari,
Yeah.
but leaving it parked in the garage.
You need the fuel.
You got to put the keys in the ignition
Yeah.
and drive.
And he encourages entrepreneurs to cultivate what he calls a growth mindset.
Growth mindset.
Yeah.
I like that.
It's about embracing challenges as opportunities for learning,
Yes.
being persistent, and always striving to improve.
It's about seeing yourself as a work in progress
Yeah.
and embracing the journey, knowing you'll never stop learning and evolving.
And he gives some really practical tips for cultivating this growth mindset,
Okay. Like what?
like surrounding yourself with supportive people, setting realistic goals, and celebrating your wins along the way.
Oh, celebrating wins is so important.
It is.
We often forget to do that.
Yeah.
We get so caught up in the next thing.
We focus on what we haven't achieved yet,
Yeah.
and we lose sight of all the amazing things we've already accomplished.
Right.
So as we wrap up this incredible deep dive,
Yes.
what is like the one key takeaway
Hmm.
you want our listener to walk away with?
For me, it's don't underestimate the power of what you already know,
Yeah,
what you've experienced, and what you're passionate about.
I love that.
It's about recognizing the value of your unique perspective
Yeah.
and using it to make a positive impact on the world.
Building a business is a journey.
It is.
There will be ups and downs,
Absolutely.
but with the right mindset, the
Yeah.
right strategies and support,
Yep.
you can achieve anything you set your mind to.
And you'll never stop learning and evolving along the way.
I couldn't have said it better myself. So if you want to go even deeper with these concepts,
Yeah.
don't forget to check out that bonus material
Yes.
in the show notes.
All the links will be there.
Consider it your secret level.
Ooh, secret level.
For those who are serious about building something awesome.
Yeah. If you're ready to take it to the next level.
Now, listener, as we wrap up this deep dive,
Yeah.
I want to circle back to something we touched on earlier.
Mm-hmm.
That feeling of not being sure if you have something valuable to offer.
Yeah, that imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
It can be a real struggle.
It is. I think a lot of us struggle with that.
Yeah, we all have those thoughts.
But remember, everyone has those unique experiences, skills, and passions.
Exactly.
And what might feel ordinary to you
Yeah,
could be exactly what someone else needs.
absolutely. And think about it. Every successful entrepreneur started somewhere.
Yeah.
They didn't just magically appear
Right.
with the perfect business idea.
And $1 million launch.
They started with a seed of an idea,
Yeah.
a spark of passion,
Yeah.
and they took action.
And they probably made a ton of mistakes along the way.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Mistakes are part of the process.
Yeah, it's through those stumbles
Yeah.
that we learn and grow.
You got to iterate. You got to experiment.
So if you're feeling that hesitation,
Mm-hmm.
that fear of putting yourself out there,
Yeah.
just remember, you don't have to have it all figured out
Right.
to get started.
Just take that first step.
Take that first step.
Yeah, share your idea with a friend. Do some research.
Talk to potential customers.
Get feedback.
You'll be amazed by what you discover.
Exactly.
And that's what we love about entrepreneurship.
It's so exciting.
It is
It's about embracing the unknown,
taking risks.
pushing yourself outside your comfort zone.
It's about creating something new,
Yeah.
something that solves a problem.
Something that brings value to the world.
That's something to be excited about.
Absolutely.
So to our listener, we say this: trust your instincts, believe in your abilities, and never stop exploring.
Yeah.
You never know where your entrepreneurial journey might lead you.
And thanks for joining us for this deep dive.
We'll catch you next time.